Hi guys, and happy Wednesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make stromboli. This is so easy, and there's no absolute rules. You can put whatever you want in your stromboli, but I'm going to show you the basics, and it's going to be really fun. This, you need a store-bought pizza crust. I use this pizza crust right here. It is my favorite one to use for this because it's square already and it's thin. You don't have to roll it out or anything with a rolling pin. You can use Pillsbury dough, pizza dough, but you will have to roll it out a little bit. And if you use a round pizza dough, you're going to have to make it into a square. Alright, so I use this just roll pre-rolled dough, large family size pizza crust, which is already square and perfect. Today, when I made this by my mom's house the other day, we used prosciutto, salami, and pepperoni. My dad loves salami, pepperoni, prosciutto, all that. But prosciutto is actually 30 bucks. Prosciutto di Parma here in the deli is 30 bucks a pound, so I was not going to use that today. I did buy thin sliced pepperoni from the deli. You're actually getting a better deal if you get your pepperoni sliced at the deli than in those packages, okay? So I got beautiful thin sliced pepperoni from the deli. Then I got black peppered ham, because I couldn't afford the prosciutto, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to use provolone, because that's a very, very yummy tasting cheese. You can use provolone, you can use mozzarella, whatever you have, you know, but I'm using provolone. I got some shredded Parmesan that I'm going to use in it too. I have some Parmigiano Romano, because I love Romano cheese. I'm going to put today some red roasted peppers, which I'm draining in a strainer, you know, to get the juice off. And also some chopped black olives. I'm trying to add some more flavor to this thing. Then you're going to want a sauce of any kind. I'm using a pizza sauce today. You just need a little bit for your crust, and then the rest you're going to heat up as a dipping sauce when you serve it. And then we're going to need some Italian seasoning. You can use garlic powder also if you want. If you want to add some garlic to it, you can do that. And then you need 1 egg, which is going to, which we're going to make an egg wash out of. So let's get our dough unrolled. Let's preheat our oven to 375, get our dough unrolled, and assemble this thing. Alright, here is my pizza dough, and it's already on parchment paper, this particular pizza dough, so I really, really like this. And what we're going to do is unroll it onto our surface and get it ready to go. This is the most perfect dough I've ever found for stromboli, because you don't have to do anything to it, you know? It's just perfect. So we'll unroll the whole thing, pull our parchment out. This is probably one of the easiest things you could ever make, because you're just really making, almost like making a sandwich, do you know what I mean? Because you're just putting your stuff on it and getting it ready for the oven. So here's my dough. I'd like to get it in the frame really nice. There we go. Alright, so there's our dough. We're going to start out with a little bit of our pizza sauce. And we don't want a lot. I'm just going to put a little in the bottom, and then I'm going to brush it around. Alright, so I can't find my little brush, so I'm going to use this thing, this spatula, and I'm going to brush it around. You want to leave about 1 inch on each side, okay? So you can roll it and it'll hold shut. So just do this. Spread it around. This is pizzeria style sauce, but you can use any of your favorite tomato sauces. The other day we used this beautiful Bertolli d'Italia. It was out of this world. So this one has chunks of tomatoes in it, which is really nice. So we'll just spread a little bit on the bottom. You don't want too much sauce because it will drip out when you cook it. And you don't want that, so. Alright, so that should be pretty sufficient. Just brush it over like that. You can smash that tomato if you want. I don't know what your sauce is going to look like, but any basic delicious marinara is fine for this. Alright, next we will lay our beautiful thin cut pepperoni. Look how beautiful that looks. It's so thin cut that you have to pull it apart. You can actually see light through it. Now lay it out like this, all over your dough, your pizza crust, just like this. That's all we need. Right now I'm going to sprinkle a little Parmesan over that. I'm going to alternate between the shredded Parmesan and the Parmigiano Romano. So I'll put a little bit of this on this layer. Nothing tastes like Parmesan. Parmigiano cheese is one of the best things on earth. So I'll sprinkle that over. Then I'll put a little bit of Italian seasoning over that. Then we're going to go in with our provolone. We're going to make a layer of provolone. There we go. I got the thin sliced provolone. This way you get a lot more. And you don't need anything thick in this, otherwise it's hard to roll. So we'll put our provolone in there. It says thin sliced. It looks huge. Well, that one's not thin sliced. The first one was. Alright, so we'll put this in. And we need this for several layers, so we're going to conserve it a little bit. They're big pieces anyway. And since it's not technically thin sliced, in my opinion. Unless I'm not pulling them all the way apart. That could be. Could that be? Nope. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do right there. And then I'm going to go in with my ham. If you can afford the prosciutto, get it. I got this black peppered ham, which sounded really good. So, smells good. I mean, 30 bucks a pound, even if I got a quarter of a pound, it's still too much. It's still a lot of money. So let's put our peppered ham on. Beautiful, look at that. And this is super thin sliced. It says deli sliced on it, I think. Deli shaved. Okay, that's what we like. Nice thin pieces, just like that. Doesn't that look good? So I'm going to do layers like I did with the pepperoni on this. This is all completely up to you. Whatever you like best, add it to your Stromboli. I mean, you don't have to use any of these ingredients. Anything that you like. You definitely need cheese. You definitely need tomato sauce. But anything else that you like on your pizza or whatever, you can put in a Stromboli. So you can put ricotta in here. Anything you want. So that's our ham layer. Looks really good already. Alright, so put our ham aside. Take a little bit of our Parmigiano Romano. Sprinkle that over the top. Alright, now I'm going to get my strained black olives. And I'm going to spread those around. These are chopped black olives. You can get sliced, but I got chopped. Because they have less liquid, less juice. So using them is great. And you don't want a lot of moisture in this because it will be soggy. You know what I mean? So let's get our black chopped olives on our Stromboli. There's plenty more in here, but they're mixed in with my roasted peppers. So more will go on when I put my peppers on. But I want to spread it around kind of evenly. Today was a glorious day. I was outside all day. And it was just beautiful. Just perfect. Perfect day. Alright, so let's put our roasted peppers on here. Try and spread them out a little bit. I mean, these peppers are really nice because they're big hunks of pepper, which I like. I don't like those little stringy pieces, and some brands have. But let's put the rest of our black olives on there. Couldn't be easier, guys. You're just piling stuff up. You're just basically making a sandwich, you know what I mean? Alright, so on top of that, we're going to put some more provolone in there. And thin sliced provolone, it goes a long way, so. Which is good, because you get a lot of slices in it. All good. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? I'm going to sprinkle a little more grated Parmesan on here. And a little more Parmigiano Romano. And some more Italian seasoning. Okay, now we're going to take our egg and we're going to mix it into a bowl. I'm going to have to try and find my my little brush because I need that for the egg wash. So as soon as I find it, I will be back and show you what to do next. Okay, we have an egg wash here. One egg with a little bit of water. And guess what? I can't find my brush. I must have brought it by my mother's and left it there. So I'm going to use this stupid thing. And I'm just going to brush 3 of the edges just like this. This is just so it stays shut. It's not a big deal. But, it, you know, after it's all rolled, you are going to want to brush it because it gives it a beautiful brown color. So, when it cooks. So, let's brush with my weird spatula thing. It's working. And then, we're going to roll it. We're going to start from the side that we didn't put the egg wash on. Fold it over. It's going to stick to your paper a little bit, but it works. Believe me, it works out. No matter how messed up it may look when you're done, it always works out. You can even use your, parchment to help you roll it. If you have a very floured board, you probably could roll it pretty easy. But I like to roll it with the parchment. So, can you see me here? Oh, I'm out of frame here. Alright, so we're going to keep rolling and rolling until we're done. Tuck in anything that might stick out. And just keep rolling until you're to the end. Like this. Because what you're going to do is put it seam side down when you're done. So I'm going to take it off my parchment and place it back on. Because this is what I'm going to cook it on. I'm going to cook it on here. Tuck in the ends like this. Tuck them under. Put them like that. Tuck everything in. If anything peeks out, just tuck your dough under and you will be fine. And remember, I taught my cousin to do this over the phone. And she made a beautiful Stromboli, so will you. This is extra long. It doesn't have to be, this one just happens to be very long. Let me get I want this thing. I need this. I need this big spatch. Because I want to bring it together a little bit. This is like the shittiest parchment I've ever dealt with in my life. Because it's the one that the pizza dough came on, So, anyway. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's fine. He'll be fine. So, what I'm going to do right now is cut excess parchment off like this. I don't need that. I don't need some of this. And I'm going to egg wash this entire, let's bring them over. I'm going to egg wash this whole Stromboli. Can you see them? There you go. So we're going to egg wash this thing all over. It's a lot easier if you have a brush. But if you don't have a brush, this little, a spatula type thing will work. And this is one of those Betty Crocker ones from the Dollar Tree. And it works well. So just egg wash the whole thing. Believe me, no matter if it comes out looking funky, you're fine. This thing comes out great. My cousin was like, oh, mine looks so funky. And then she baked it and it was beautiful. So don't worry about how it looks before you put it in the oven, because it'll be fine. Alright, so we're egg washed. I'm going to add a little more Parmesan Romano on top, like this. little more Italian seasoning just across the top. And I think I am going to put a little garlic powder on top of that. Because I think that would be awesome. Like a little bit of garlic bread, you know? So I'll put garlic powder across the top. Alright. Okay, now, that's it. Now I'm going to transfer this to my baking sheet. And as soon as I do that, I will show you what to do next. Okay, there is our Stromboli transferred to its baking sheet. And you know, I think I'm going to sprinkle a couple of chopped black olives across the top, just because I think it would be really yummy. The olives might get a little crispy and nice. I think that would be pretty cool. But you do you. You do whatever you want with your Stromboli. Alright, so that's that. Now, can you see me here? Alright, now I'm going to make little slits. A couple of little slits in the top. Just to let steam escape, okay? Just a couple. Across the top. And then we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. Now, start checking it after 20 because your pizza dough might be different. Start checking it after 20 minutes because you don't want it to get too brown, but you want it to brown and cook through. So let's put it in the oven. We'll start checking it about 20 minutes, but you're going to give this about 25 to 30 minutes. So we'll come back when it's ready. Alright, so while your Stromboli is cooking, you want to heat up some of your sauce to use as a dipping sauce on the side. But since the Stromboli has to cook for almost a half an hour, then you have to let it rest for 10 minutes. You can actually start the sauce when you take the Stromboli out of the oven, okay? And there is our beautiful Stromboli. Look at the cheese like oozing out of the little air vents. It just looks so good. So what I'm going to do is let this sit for 10 minutes. Then we'll cut into it and try it. Okay guys, here is our Stromboli after sitting for 10 minutes. So what we're going to do is cut it and serve it. I think it could still sit a little longer because it's really hot. And we just want it to set a little bit, you know. We're not going to even be able to put it in our mouths if it's that hot. So, that's what it looks like inside. Oh, too hot for me. Sorry. That's what it looks like inside. All kinds of good, delicious things. So, we'll put it on our plate. And we will put our tomato sauce on the side. Just like that. Gonna let it sit a minute more before we taste it, because it's probably way too hot still. Alright, let's try this puppy. I'm going to try it with a knife and fork because it's definitely too hot to pick up. So let's just cut into it and dip into our sauce. And take a little taste. That's good. That is really good. There's so many good things in there. So many good things inside. The layers of flavor. You know, you're tasting the pepperoni, the provolone, The roasted red peppers. Ah. So good. Like I said, guys, if you think you can't do it, or it looks messed up when you roll it, don't worry about it. It always works out. And I will say, I like this version a little better than the one I made by my mom's, because with the salami, the prosciutto, and the pepperoni, it was too salty for me. So this one, the only super salty thing is the pepperoni. And I think salami is even more salty than pepperoni. So this I really, really like. And the roasted red peppers kind of calm the salt down. Of course, black olives are a little bit salty, but this is absolutely delicious. And it made a really big Stromboli. So I got a piece off for Peter and Joanne. And because my parents still have leftovers from Sunday. Was it Sunday? Yeah. 2 weeks ago, I think. They had a lot of leftovers, so I don't think they want it again already. So, since the Stromboli is so big, I can have plenty of leftovers and I can still share it with them. They can have it on Friday after Peter comes for the Aloha Friday video. So, very, very, very good. I hope you guys try it. It's, I don't know how easy it looks to you, but it is very easy. And you know, if you have a hard time rolling it, you can do what a lot of people do. They put their Stromboli mixture in the middle, and then they fold over the two side flaps. So, if you don't want to roll it, because it can create some issues, but it always works out, believe me. But if you don't want to tackle the rolling process, just do that. Just put your fillings in the center, leave a little more side on each, little more dough on each side, and just flap them over. The combination of things in here is delicious, absolutely delicious. So, like I said, we have our roasted red peppers, we have our black olives, we have our black peppered ham, we have the provolone, we have the parmesan, and we have the beautiful thin sliced pepperoni. Absolutely delicious. You will not regret this recipe if you make it. So, that's it for me. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Wednesday. Comment, subscribe, spread the love. Tink merch below, Radio Tink podcast link below, including my cookbook is, the link to my cookbook is below also. And I'll talk to you a little later. I hope you'll make it. I hope you'll love it. And if you do, let me know. I'll talk to you later.